What are you doing with your life? If you're in college like many of us, you're probably in college trying to pursue your dream job, or you're trying to make some extra cash on the side by with a part-time job. Regardless of the two, I've got you covered. I will be giving you all the secrets and tips that can help you land your desired job and make your chances of being hired much more likely. Every job I have applied to, I have received an interview spot and nailed the interview along with being hired at each place. I will be going over how to get an interview, how to prepare for the interview, what to wear to the interview, what to do at the actual interview, and lastly, how to follow up. Now, getting into how to get the interview, first, decide on the job that best suits your interests and your needs. Send in an online application with your resume or basic job experiences. Make sure these stand out. Now, this step is important. Once you send in your application, I want you to call the company you applied to and ask to speak to a manager. Once on the phone with the manager, greet them. Tell them your name and that you recently applied online and were wondering if they had received it and would like to set up for an interview. What this shows the manager is that you are eager to work and that you have drive. You will be put on their radar from the very beginning. Now, getting into how to prepare for the interview. According to Indeed.com, to increase the chances of having a successful job interview, take the time to prepare before meeting with the hiring team. Preparing for the interview is the most crucial part. Think of this as walking into a test that you didn't study for. You're not going to do so great. So, the best option for this is to research the company you want to work for. Learn what their goals are, what they advocate for. Not only should you look up their slogan, but you should also look up their interview questions on Glassdoor. Glassdoor is an amazing website that helps give a lot of future employees the interview questions and helps them ease through their interview process. Now, getting into what you should actually wear to the interview, you should dress professional. Do not show up to the interview in jeans. If you must wear jeans, make sure that they are black and have no rips. You can also wear blue jeans, but they should also have no rips, but that's more for like a casual job. Depending on where you apply to is how you should dress. If you are interviewing at a retail store, you should probably dress with a little bit more style and look professional and clean still. If you are applying to somewhere more businessy, you should wear something strictly professional and suit casual. It is important to accessorize, but try to be minimal because too many bangles can be distracting. If you're going to wear makeup, keep it very natural. Don't walk in with a glam, cut crease, eye look, and glitter look, unless you're going to apply for a makeup company, because then you're probably going to get the job on the spot. If you are going to wear a certain type of shoe, you should try to wear flats or small-heeled booties, and if you're a guy, just wear dressy shoes. Don't wear sneakers. What this helps is, this is more casual for casual interviews. This helps to ensure that you don't stumble or click-clack in the halls. Now, what to do at the actual interview. According to Rana Campbell, you should only be about 5 to 10 minutes early before your interview starts. If you're around 15 to 20 minutes early, that's a little bit too early and can be very inconvenient for the company itself. They could be very busy and they set you a scheduled time that was best for them. So, once you get there, you want to speak to the manager, tell them you are there for an interview. Sometimes you have to wait for them to be ready. So try not to look bored or dozed off. You want to be alert and looking around, curious. Make sure you have eye contact. Greet the manager with a handshake. Be very polite. If they hold open a door for you, say thank you. You will most likely have to tell them about yourself, and this is why you should have prepared using Glassdoor to know exactly what questions they will ask you, so you can be ready with the questions at your fingertips. If you get stuck, remember, the interviewer understands you are nervous. They will give you enough time to think of an answer. I, too, have been thrown a curveball. One time, my interview asked me, "Why should I hire you?" And I was completely sweating bullets. But also, remember to never say anything bad about yourself, even if they are asking you about it. When they asked me, "Why shouldn't I hire you?" At the time, I was at a young age. It was my first job that I have ever applied to. So obviously I didn't really have any job experiences, so I knew that was set against me from the beginning. But luckily I was applying to Adventureland, so it wasn't too strict. They were looking to hiring young people regardless. So when I told him, I don't really have a lot of job experiences because I didn't have a previous job yet, but I everyone has to start somewhere. So that immediately wasn't a red flag for them. It was more just like, oh, okay, well, this would be a great place for you. So when you're in their interview, try and go along with the questions as best as you can. When they're asking you for the hours and amounts you can work per week, make sure you try to give them a flexible schedule so that you seem available. Jobs don't want to hire people with troublesome hours and limited availability. If you can't work the weekends and you can only work some days, it's very hard for them to work at, and you should really try to open up your schedule, especially on weekends, because weekends are very important for companies. So that's their best days for them to make money. Like Fridays and Saturdays is when people get paid, so people and customers tend to shop more on those days. So getting into how to follow up, make sure you have gone through the whole process of the interview, thank them, and listen to what they tell you right at the end of the interview. They're usually going to give you a date of when they're going to call you. And once you've completed the interview, they will tell you that time frame and when they will contact you. If they didn't already tell you the orientation dates, because sometimes they tell you the orientation dates right on the interview if they really like you. The best option is to wait until the day they said they will contact you. Usually, they don't contact you because they get caught up. They're still trying to hire some other people, so they might have not gotten to you, or they might have even forgotten about you, which isn't totally bad because a lot of companies that happens with. So, if after you've engraved yourself in their memory, make sure you call them and tell them, hey, I applied and I went through the interview process and I was wondering what's the follow-up, are you guys still looking for hiring more people, or, what's going on, basically. And they will be able to tell you from then if you got the job interview or when you should come in for orientation. Sometimes they don't even really remember you, but they're like, oh, you know what, she called, I remember. Oh, you know what, okay, orientation is this Monday, come in, we'll get you through the hiring process. That's usually how it goes because, companies, they interview so many people. So, in conclusion, we learned how to get an interview and how to prepare for it, what to wear to the interview, what to do during it, and how to follow up with the company to land your spot as an employee. And I hope you use these tips and tricks to help land your next future interview.